In the previous chapter, we saw Ye Lin, despite his injuries and Zhuo Fan's relentless assault with the four dragon souls, refuse to back down. Fueled by rage and determination, he retreated momentarily, only to activate a powerful move. Let's begin the chapter. The golden dragon coiled in the air around Ye Lin, its flames burning brighter even as they began to fade over time. The dragon's immense bulk gradually shrank as it descended closer to Ye Lin. However, instead of entering his mind, it merged with his body, spreading through every cell and binding itself to his flesh. With a spectacular explosion of golden flames, Ye Lin's body was encased in thick, dragon-scale armor. Each scale radiated destructive, volatile golden flames. With just a flick of his wrist, the impact was as if the golden dragon itself had lashed out with its tail. The resulting wave of superheated air surged outward, obliterating everything in its path, mountains, vegetation, and wildlife alike. This can't be! Zhuo Fan was utterly shaken. The exalted figures watching the battle leaped to their feet in disbelief. This is a technique only possible for a soul harmony stage expert. To harmonize the soul with the body, one of them exclaimed. The soul harmony stage, which came after, the ethereal stage, allowed a cultivator to merge their soul power with their physical body, creating an unbreakable bond. The body would then act as a fortress for the soul, protecting it from harm. In this state, Ye Lin's heavily damaged soul, which had been rendered almost useless, was now at its peak once again. By combining his soul with his body, Ye Lin had completely negated Zhuo Fan's earlier attack with the purple dragon. What's more, the fusion had made Ye Lin even stronger, with both his soul and body power working in tandem. Zhuo Fan's face darkened in frustration. Am I going to lose now, right at the very end? This is even worse than when we started. Zhuo Fan clenched his fists, his mind racing. The onlookers gasped at the extraordinary turn of events. How is this even possible? An ethereal stage cultivator mastering a soul harmony stage technique? Someone murmured in disbelief. However, Zhuo Fan himself was no ordinary cultivator either. He had been defying expectations all along, utilizing techniques beyond his stage. The audience could only grumble, "These people are complete monsters." And here we are, struggling to even comprehend their level. Meanwhile, Chu Qingcheng and the other girls anxiously focused on Zhuo Fan, their hearts heavy with worry. The sight of the battle shifting against him filled them with dread. Ye Lin's mocking laughter cut through the tension. "Ha! Didn't see this coming, did you? The body of a sacred beast is unrivaled, but when combined with soul harmony, it becomes flawless. As the disciple of the dragon ancestor, this technique comes naturally to me." He sneered at Zhuo Fan's stunned expression and declared, "I'm like a miniature version of the decimating dragon ancestor now. Let's see if you can take me." "Down!" Without hesitation, Ye Lin surged forward, the golden flames around him transforming into a raging typhoon. Zhuo Fan felt the unbearable heat even before the attack reached him, as though it was scorching him alive. But Zhuo Fan's face grew stern as he swiftly formed a hand sign. Summoning his dragon soul, a colossal 100-meter-long crimson dragon appeared before him. Its terrifying aura radiated immense power, enough to strike fear into the hearts of ordinary. Then the mighty Scarlet Dragon King lunged at Ye Lin, its enormous claws slashed downward, aiming to crush him. Yet Ye Lin remained unfazed. With a dismissive huff, Ye Lin spat a stream of golden flames at the dragon. Though the flames originated from a mere human, they engulfed the massive dragon entirely. The dragon wailed in agony as the golden fire ravaged its form, halting its attack. Ye Lin laughed mockingly, his contempt clear, but Zhuo Fan smirked through his pounding headache, forming another hand sign. The Scarlet Dragon King transformed into the heaven-devouring demonic Dragon King, its black aura devouring the golden flames and nullifying the pain. Zhuo Fan finally exhaled in relief. However, Ye Lin wasn't about to let Zhuo Fan off so easily. The battle wasn't over yet. You think you can stop me with that? Yelin sneered. He waved his hands, conjuring a storm of golden fire motes that rained down like meteors, scales shedding. The air was filled with countless explosions as the demonic dragon was bombarded by the relentless barrage. It twisted and writhed, roaring in anguish. Juofan quickly turned it into the vaulting Dragon King, its azure flames swallowing the golden motes and neutralizing the threat. But Yelin only snickered. His hatred for the azure dragon ran deep. It had pushed him to the edge earlier, leaving him vulnerable to the purple dragon's attack. Determined to exact revenge and showcase his supremacy, Yelin gathered all his golden flames into a single fist and leaped above the azure dragon. He struck with devastating force. "Yelin, you dare!" Juofan shouted in fury. "Watch me!" Yelin taunted. "Go ahead, use your purple dragon again!" The golden fist slammed down with immense power, shattering the azure flames and striking the dragon's spine. The azure dragon roared in pain as its body turned purple once more. It retaliated, clawing at Yelin's chest. A thunderous crack echoed as Yelin was flung backward. Yet, looking at the burn on his chest, he merely brushed it off and sneered, "That didn't even tickle. Your purple lightning is pathetic. How did you ever harm the golden dragon before?" Juofan gritted his teeth, clutching his head as the intense pain grew worse. Yelin's current state was flawless. His soul and body were perfectly merged, making him nearly invincible. Juofan realized his attacks weren't enough. If he wanted to win, he needed something far more powerful. Squinting, Juofan's mind raced. "Fortunately, I always have a backup plan. Let's see if this works." Without wasting time, Juofan formed a new hand sign and jumped onto the massive dragon. Yelin frowned, puzzled. Soul harmony? No, that's not possible for him. But to his shock, the azure dragon didn't attack. Instead, it turned and darted away into the distance. Yelin froze in disbelief. "What? He's running away in the middle of a battle?" Juofan's mocking voice rang out. "Yelin, we're out of time. We'll finish this later." "Coward," Yelin roared, realizing Juofan was aiming for a stalemate. Furious, he gave chase. Yet, even in his rage, unease crept into his heart. The onlookers murmured uneasily. "Juofan always has tricks up his sleeve," one disciple remarked. "Could he be setting another trap?" Wu Qingqiu shook his head. "The only way to defeat. Junior brother now is through raw power. Let's hope Juofan knows what he's doing." A massive figure streaked through the air, heading straight for the demon scheming sect's disciples. Seeing Juofan riding his dragon soul, with the terrifying Yelin close behind, the disciples panicked and scattered in every direction. "Why, us?" They cursed internally, their faces pale with fear. "Of all the places to flee, why bring this death match to us? We didn't offend you. Why do we have to die because of it?" They fled for their lives, cursing Juofan's name as chaos erupted. Even Danking Shen couldn't hold back his frustration. "What is this brat plotting now?" he muttered under his breath. "Why bring the battle here of all places? Does he know I'm hiding nearby and wants me to intervene? Damn it, kid, that'll blow my cover." Left with no choice, Danking Shen shifted, deeper into the shadows, evading detection by the monitoring arrays. Even as he hid, his mind continued to rage. "Damn, brat! I'll get even with you for this someday." The exalted double dragons, watching from the sidelines, were equally puzzled. Exalted Heiran frowned. "What's the kid doing now? Yelin has covered all his bases. No trick is going to work against him. The only option is to face him head-on, and even that seems hopeless." Exalted Bai Mei chuckled. "True, but has this kid ever followed conventional wisdom? Just moments ago, who could have predicted the soul battle would take another wild turn?" Heiran's frown softened into a small smile. "Fair point. Juofan never ceases to surprise. But with Yelin's soul and body in perfect harmony, he's practically invincible. What could Juofan possibly be planning now? Wait. As Zhuo Fan rode his dragon soul with Ye Lin hot on his heels, Ye Lin quickly closed the distance, his speed enhanced by his new form. Zhuo Fan glanced back, his expression grim, before forming a hand sign to accelerate his mount. Ye Lin sneered. "Ha! Don't waste your energy, you're too slow. No matter what sly trick you've concocted, my flawless form can handle it. To defeat me, you'd have to destroy my body and reach my soul, but you've already lost to me in melee." Zhuo Fan smirked, his eyes glinting with confidence. "I wouldn't be so sure." As the two passed a seemingly discarded thunder ring, Zhuo Fan's smirk widened. He shouted, "Chao! A piercing shriek shattered the air as the thunder ring crackled to life. Purple lightning surged out, forming a massive 100-meter thunderbird. Its body radiated a terrifying energy that made the heavens tremble. The thunderbird streaked toward Ye Lin with lightning speed, catching him completely off guard. "What?" Ye Lin's eyes widened in shock. He recognized the purple lightning all too well, but this was on an entirely different level. This was the true power of a sundering thunder phoenix, shattering thunderclaw. With a sharp cry, Chao flapped her wings, unleashing a deafening thunderclap. She dove at Ye Lin, her claws crackling with purple lightning, and raked them across his chest. The clash between the lightning and the golden flames sent shockwaves rippling through the air. Ye Lin's scales shrieked in protest as the claws scraped against them, but the sudden attack left him defenseless. 2 golden scales were torn off, exposing a patch of dark red flesh. Ye Lin coughed up blood and was sent flying through the air, his expression twisted in pain. The spectators were stunned into silence, their eyes glued to the majestic thunderbird. What? What kind of spirit? Beast is that? The exalted double dragons shot to their feet, their voices trembling with astonishment. He Ran grinned. "I knew it! The kid had another trick up his sleeve." Bai Mei nodded, his admiration growing. "It all makes sense now. I was suspicious from the start. Why would Zhuo Fan accidentally lose his ring in the melee? It was a calculated move. To set up this trap." He Ran chuckled. "This kid is full of surprises. He even anticipated Ye Lin's flawless form. Every time you think he's cornered, he pulls off another brilliant maneuver. Ha. Ye Lin's arrogance just got him another harsh lesson." Bai Mei's gaze shifted to the thunderbird. "But Ye Lin's strength is monstrous. No ordinary spirit beast could harm him. Just what kind of creature is that?" After studying Chao for a moment, Bai Mei murmured, "It resembles a thunder, skylark, but it's far more powerful, possibly even stronger than an 8th-level spiritual beast. It's a terrifying anomaly," He Ran laughed. "Like master, like spirit beast, Zhuo Fan is a monstrous genius himself, so naturally his spirit animal is just as extraordinary. He's truly remarkable." Meanwhile, in the audience, ultimate clarity. Sect disciples whispered among themselves. "Senior brother, did you see that? I knew Zhuo Fan was up to something," one disciple said excitedly. Wu Qingqiu sighed and smacked him on the head. "Are you seriously happy that junior brother got duped?" "No, I just meant I saw through his trick. You didn't see anything. It was a wild guess at best," Wu Qingqiu retorted. "Junior brother's strength is unmatched, but even he couldn't anticipate every dirty trick Zhuo Fan would pull. That bird, it's unlike anything I've ever seen." Back on the battlefield, Ye Lin's chest burned with pain as he glared at Chao, who preened herself proudly. Danking Shen, still hidden in the shadows, couldn't help but marvel. "This bird is truly otherworldly, and Zhuo Fan's cunning is terrifying. That brat even accounted for every angle, including using this as an alibi for me. Ha, I have to admit, his mind is remarkable." In the crowd, Chu Qingcheng watched Chao with a soft gaze. She's grown so much over the years. Her heart swelled with hope as she looked at Zhuo Fan, standing tall in the chaos, always one step ahead.